President Trump has no regrets. No regrets about what he said yesterday. No regrets about putting neo-Nazis and white supremacists and members of the KKK on the same moral plane as the people who showed up to protest them. No regrets about equating George Washington and Thomas Jefferson, who helped found this country, with Robert E. Lee, who led an army to tear it apart. Tonight, we're told by sources that Donald Trump has no regrets about saying this.
Not all of those people were white supremacists by any stretch. Those people were also there because they wanted to protest the taking down of a statue, Robert E. Lee. There were people in that rally, and I looked the night before. If you look, there were people protesting very quietly the taking down of the statue of Robert E. Lee. I'm sure in that group there were some bad ones. The following day, it looked like they had some rough, bad people, neo-Nazis, white nationalists, whatever you want to call them.
So no regrets about those words, we're told. The president claims he looked at the people who attended the rally on Friday night. Not all those people were Nazis, he claims. Not all those people were white supremacists. They were protesting very quietly the taking down of the Robert E. Lee statue, the president claims. The president says he looked closely, and that's what he saw Friday night. The President of the United States is either blind or blinded by the white. Consider for a moment if that were a crowd of Muslim protesters chanting, "Jews will not replace us." Ask yourself, would the president have the same reaction? In a moment, we'll speak to a reporter from Vice Media who was in that crowd, but I think it's worth showing you now some of what she saw marching amidst the protesters, only some of whom the president says were bad ones. This was the group marching with lit torches, a symbol of the lit torches used in Nazi rallies. Listen to what these people, hundreds of them, were chanting.
Replace us! You will not replace us! You will not replace us! Jews will not replace us! Jews will not replace us! Jews will not replace us! Blood and soil! Blood and soil! Blood and soil!
Jews will not replace us. Jews will not replace us. They also cried blood and soil, a phrase used by the Nazis. They called the small group of people who spoke against them faggots. Would a good person march with one of those torches in a crowd of angry men chanting against Jews and chanting Nazi slogans? The president seems to think so. The president has no regrets. But Heather Heyer's mother does. She regrets losing her daughter, who was murdered when a car plowed into her allegedly by a neo-Nazi. Heather Heyer was remembered today in a memorial in Charlottesville. Her mother, Susan Breaux, spoke at the memorial. She asked mourners to look for ways of making a difference in the world, ways of making it better, ways of making Heather's murder and the emptiness her mom now feels mean something more than what it plainly, simply, and sadly now is, the deepest wound any parent can sustain. The president did not speak with Susan Breaux today. He did not travel to Charlottesville, though yesterday, moments after his incendiary comments, he made sure to promote the fact that he has a winery there. He claimed it's one of the biggest, one of the largest in the country. It's not. It's another lie the president told yesterday, but he has no regrets. President Trump did tweet once about Heather Heyer today before heading to his New Jersey golf club. He also had to dissolve a pair of corporate advisory boards as one big-name CEO after another quit, many in protest over his remarks yesterday. Previously, the president had claimed the CEOs would be easily replaced. Apparently, that turned out not to be true either, but he has no regrets. All the heads of the 5 military branches issued statements affirming the values of their branches of the military, values they suddenly all felt the need to reaffirm after the president spoke. And a former CIA director, John Brennan, said the president is putting the country's national security at risk. Both former Presidents Bush spoke out critically, though not naming the president. But we are told President Trump tonight has no regrets.